Hey, glad you're still here. I'm Rand Wise. And if you are enjoying my vibe, please like and subscribe. And here we go. Chapter 3. The skate park was crowded. The three boys got ready for the event. They wore red, black, and green sweatsuits and matching Pumas. Before Chuck Brown made his grand appearance, Street Spin Syndicate came out and did their performance. The crowd responded with thunderous appreciation. Benner the Spinner was DJing as usual. Deej and her friend Paula wove through the crowd until they had a clear view of Romy and the boys doing their thing. She had her sister Amina to take her to Paula's house, who did not live far from Anacostia, and they took the 15-minute walk to Chuck Brown's show. She was impressed by Street Spin Syndicate. At first, Romy and his brother were a duo, and they were good, but when Donut died, Romy rebranded with the two other guys and returned to the scene as Street Spin Syndicate. Street Spin Syndicate! Echo, the MC, announced just before Chuck Brown entered the stage.
I see y'all out there. Let's talk about love. Love. L-O-V, love.
Once they were done and Chuck Brown got on stage, the crowd kept cheering. They headed towards the crowd, and that's when Romy and Supreme spotted Deej standing in the crowd.
Hey, Chuck, look who showed up.
Romy said as they approached the girl.
So, what's up, Deej?
Well, y'all are good. I'll give you that. The girls followed the group as they wove through the crowd towards the stairs that led to the sidewalk. By then, Chuck Brown was in full swing performing on stage. The five teens headed towards the street that would lead to Anacostia Drive.
So, you try and do this or what, Deej?
Well, yeah, I can.
All right now. I hear your pops is kind of strict, though.
Tuck said. You don't need to worry about my dad, she said as they crossed under the I-295 bridge and headed towards Pennsylvania Avenue.
So, you want to join us because everybody feeling us, that's why.
Supreme said sarcastically. Yesterday, you ain't had nothing to say to us. Told us to go read a World War II book or some crap like that. The other boys laughed. Paula even had to laugh. Y'all know that, Deej is an A student. Hey, stop telling my business, Deej said with a slap on Paula's shoulder.
Oh, for real? Because Supreme is struggling in algebra. I mean, he's drowning.
Romy said, and everyone laughed. The boys walked the girls back to Paula's house before they continued towards their neighborhood. Once they reached Elvin's Road, a black caddy pulled up. Woody was on the passenger side of the car, and he called out to them.
Hey, yo! Come here.
The trio turned towards them. It was late, and Romy knew his mother would be worried about him. They cautiously approached the car.
How much did Mr. Brown pay you for your performance?
Smoke asked.
Yo, that ain't none of your business.
Tuck posted up before the others answered.
Mind your manners, Wayne Tucker.
Smoke shot back, calling him by his government name.
You know what else we do? We mind our business.
At that moment, Woody stepped from the vehicle and approached Tuck, who matched height and weight with the other guy.
What? What you say? What you say, young boy? What you say?
Tuck stared him down. He was not afraid of him. His older brother, Maynard, was doing time in prison for manslaughter. They were raised on public assistance in the hood, and Maynard had taught his brother not to be afraid of anyone.
I said what you say. Say it again. Say it again.
Woody said, his hand in his jacket as if he would pull out a weapon.
Yo, Woody! Let's go.
Smoke said he did not want him to harm Street Spin Syndicate. Smoke felt they were more valuable to him alive than dead. There were times when Woody was too reckless, and he did not need the attention drawn to him. It was already bad enough he had murdered Romy's older brother. Woody hopped back into the car and pointed at the guys before they drove off.
Man, you know you can't talk to them like that. Listen, Romy, I ain't afraid of Woody. He ain't nothing without that gun, and hand to hand, I'll put him on his back.
Tuck, you have thought about getting some heat, man? Supreme asked.
Every day. Nah, not me. My moms would want me bringing something like that in the house. You gonna have to think about it sooner or later though, Romy Rome. No. What we should be thinking about is rising up out of here. How we gonna do that?
I'll tell it.
That's how we gonna do it.
Romy knew that hip-hop dancing was becoming a lucrative business. He dreamed of going to a school of arts after graduating, and he wanted to keep Donut's dream alive. Chapter 4, 1:26 a.m. Amina was sitting in the car waiting for her sister to return to Paula's house. Once she spotted them rounding the corner, she flashed the headlights. "I see you at school Monday," Deej told Paula before hurrying to the small dark green Toyota Tercel. Once Deej got into Amina's car, her sister said, "Look, I can't keep covering for you, Deej. It's after 1 a.m. You better be glad Dad is up in Chicago." "Well, he cares more about hanging out with Louis Farrakhan than he does being at home anyway, so whatever." "Don't talk like that, Deej." "Why? 'Cause it's not becoming of a Muslim girl." Their father, Sahir Ahmed, was born in North Sudan and migrated to the United States in the early 1950s when he joined the Nation of Islam. He had been a Muslim in his home country but preferred the teachings of the nation. Her mother already belonged to the nation since her early teens. She was well acquainted with Malcolm X, Elijah Muhammad, and others in the organization, and used to attend Betty Shabazz's women's classes before she met Sahir. Saturday morning, Deej met her new friends up at the rink, where they practiced some of their dance moves, the boombox blasting as they had fun. Paula sat on a nearby small bench reading a book while her friends spun on her back and did her moves. Then the group practiced the pop and waved at the same time, all dipping simultaneously, their knees dipping. They moved in unison, their rhythm in total sync. Paula happened to look up and was amazed at how easily her friend blended in with her new team members. Once they were done, they jumped up and down and slapped hands.
Yo!
Yeah.
Yeah. We good.
Yeah. And you know what? I'm really surprised she could keep up. Deej sucked her teeth and waved Tuck off dismissively. I know one thing. I'm starving. I don't know about the rest of y'all, Supreme said, and then Tuck asked him,
well, you got some starving money?
Look, I got $3, and that can get me 4 chicken wings and some extra mambo sauce. Tell you what, I'll treat all of you, Paula said, but Deej was not having it. No, I don't want you spending your money, girl. But Paula's parents had great jobs, and she was never broke. No, I really want to, she insisted. They walked up to the Chinese carryout, got their food, and headed down Martin Luther King Avenue. Tuck carried the boombox on his shoulder until they found a place to sit down and eat. Y'all know what? We're going to be the best. We're going to outdo all of them, Supreme said. They were now eligible to compete in the fall tournament because they had at least 4 members. Quad Breakers, Pop and Lock Posse, and 4-Way Freeze were amongst some of the groups they would be competing against. 4-Way Freeze was an all-girl group whose colors were green and pink, representing an AKA sorority. The leader of the group's mother was an AKA.
I'll be honest with y'all, though, Pop and Lock Posse do make me a little bit nervous,
Tuck said, and then Supreme jumped in there and said, what's wrong with you, man? You turning soft on us or what? Can't nobody do moves like we do, and nobody backflips like Deej. After that, he and the girls slapped hands.
I see what Tuck is trying to say, though. They got 6 members.
So what? Deej and Tuck said at the same time, basically drowning Romy and Supreme out. They did not believe they were going to lose. They believed they were good enough to win this. Chapter 5, Monday morning. When the bell rang, Romy and Supreme hurried to their English class, but they needed to catch up with Data Dan, a kid whose real name was Daniel Campbell, a nerd known for tutoring athletes. Daniel was considered one of the smartest kids in school, and they knew no one who had as much equipment and resources as Data Dan.
Hey, Data Dan, hold up, Data Dan,
Supreme said, trying to catch up with the kid. The other boy wove his way through the crowd of students, his backpack hanging on his right shoulder as he seemed to be ignoring Supreme. He finally heard Supreme calling him, and he spun around to face him. Yes, Mr. Long. It's September. You're not failing English already now, are you? Listen, why don't you just call me Supreme? Well, once you tell me what makes you Supreme, I'll oblige. Supreme did not feel like having this dance with Data Dan today. Alright, whatever. Okay, fine. But I wanted to know if you were going to be at the tournament this fall with your video camera, and if you can, we'd like to get a copy of it. Theta Dan looked slightly amused as he shifted his weight from one foot to the other. Now, why would I do that? I don't show up at those things.
Well, somebody told me you was at the Rare Essence show back in August.
Oh, yeah, I was. Because they paid me $300. With that, Theta Dan turned on his heel and started walking away. Supreme had to catch up with him again.
Whoa. Are you serious? Are you serious, man? For real?
Okay, Stephen. Well, Supreme. I'm gonna put it to you like this.
Yo, y'all, come on, Supreme. The tardy bell about to ring, and you know how Miss Chury is.
Romy said. They hurried down the hall towards their English class, and the tardy bell rang right after they stepped into the room. Well, it looks like luck was on your side this time, huh, Mr. Long and Mr. Roman? Yeah, ha. Luck is always on my side, Supreme said. Miss Cherry decided to get the lesson started. Once the bell rang for lunch, Romy and Supreme decided to go to one of the goodie trucks parked on 4th Street Southeast instead of eating in the cafeteria. They did not want what they were serving today. They stood in line, and when they got to the window to order, they realized smoke was on the truck.
Sup, young niggas? What y'all want today?
Yo, I want a bag of Doritos and a grape soda and a honey bun,
Supreme said. And then Romy did his order.
And can I get a bag of salt and vinegar chips, a Coke, and a pack of strawberry cookies?
Once they handed Smoke their money, the man pulled out a wad of cash from his pocket and added their money to the stash. Supreme did not miss all that money. Once they walked back towards the school after hitting the arcade, Supreme said,
Did you see all that money? Man, he might be able to sponsor us. We'll get paid a little more than the change we be making only to amount the lunch money. Yo, oh no, Supreme. Oh no.
Romy knew Smoke was dangerous, although he did not know that he was the one that put a hit out on his older brother. However, Romy just did not trust the man.
I don't know, though. You know what, though? I heard he got Lone Wolf Rider a gig up in New York.
They headed towards the avenue and happened to run into Cassius Kane, a dude who took bets for dance tournaments and competitions.
Hey, y'all. What's going on?
Cassius slapped hands with them.
Mr. Kane, what's up? What would it be?
Supreme said, noticing them gold chains around the man's neck. Cassius was about 30 years old. His sweatsuits and sneakers always matched, and he always wore a hat and an earring in his left ear.
Yo, I saw y'all putting down at the Chuck Brown show Friday night. Y'all on it. Hey, I got a lot of money riding on y'all for this fall tournament, though.
Oh, word? Romy asked.
But yo, Kane, you know, Smoke is trying to get us some gigs, though.
The man looked to his right towards the bank of goodie trucks that were lined in front of the school where students milled around before he looked to his left. He paused before saying,
Be careful.
Why?
I mean, come on, Kane. How much can we lose? Just be careful. Every smiling face is not a friend. And it's always something in it for Smoke. But he got Lone Wolf Rider some gigs. I mean, and Lone Wolf doing real good now, though. Y'all ain't ready for me to tell you what I want to tell you. But I will say this. Concentrate on your schoolwork. Keep dancing. The money will come when it's supposed to.
Once they walked away, Romy said to Supreme,
Yo, what you think the old head trying to tell us back there? I have no idea, man. I don't know.
Chapter 6. Hey, we are at the Southeast community reporting live at the Breakdance tournament. And we are about to Get down. This is WPGC. This is Jenna J.
And this is Ralph Cook. We about to get funky in here.
Yo, and welcome to the show. My name is Olivia Cross, but y'all know me as Echo. And we about to get this party started. We got 8 teams competing tonight, but only one will walk away with the cash prize of $400 and the trophy. Me and my partner, Lionel the Spinner Benner, will be your host. Let's get busy, DC! Benner the Spinner came out and threw his arms up. And then he went over to the turntable and began spinning. 4-way freeze. The all-girl group began their dance. The crowd cheered when they did their performance. Romy and his crew had to admit, those girls were good. One of the girls made her way over to Deej, did a spin, and got in Deej's face as if to throw her a taunt. Taunting happened a lot in dance competitions in DC, so this was nothing unusual. Deej simply smiled and blew the girl a kiss, a response that meant she was ready to outdo her. Once the girls danced to Simple City Groove, Alien Groove came on, and Electric 4-Force entered the stage. Once they were done, another 2 groups performed until Street Spin City took the stage. The steps and dances they had been preparing for all month were performed this night, and the crowd was so loud they could not even hear themselves think. The audience was still thick even when other groups were eliminated. It came down to 2 groups, Quad Breakers and Street Spin Syndicate. The Quad Breakers went first. The Quad Breakers had an awesome performance. They did not miss a step, a beat, a wave, or a spin. Once they were done, Street Spin Syndicate did their final performance.
I'm walking the go, out for the. I'm walking the go, out for the.
Once they were done, Street Spin Syndicate did their final performance. Everyone was really feeling Quad Breakers, and Romy and his team knew it. Until Deej did a triple backflip. She flipped once, then again, and again. Each time she landed on her feet, and then she flipped again. They did not expect her to do that, but it helped. Then Tuck lifted her, spun her around, and landed on his back while balancing her small 4'11", 92-pound frame with his strong arms as he did a backspin. Still holding her, she spread her arms for balance as if she was flying. Then she leaped from his grip, did another backflip, did a double lutz as if she was ice skating. Meanwhile, the guys pumped and locked, and when it was over, she slid in front of them on her knees, and they all stopped in a pose. The crowd couldn't keep quiet. Echo returned to her microphone. All right. You know, this is tough, y'all. This is tough. But did we enjoy ourselves? Yes, we did. So, it comes down to one winner for this year's fall tournament, 1982, and it is Street Spin Syndicate. The foursome jumped up and down. Quad breakers came over and shook their hands and told them they did a good performance. One of the members had told them. Romy thanked the boy, and they went to get their trophy. They held up the trophy. Because Romy was group leader, he would be the first to keep the trophy for 2 weeks. Then they would pass it around. Paula took pictures of them holding the trophy. So tell me, how does it feel to win the 1982 fall tournament? Jenna J asked.
I can't even describe how I feel. The description is just, I can't describe it.
Tuck said. Romy burst in and said,
Me either. I'm just grateful. I'm very, very grateful.
Yeah, me too. We practiced long hours. And do you feel all that practicing paid off, Deej?
Yes, I do. I feel that it did pay off. It was hard, but it paid off.
And you know what? I'm amazed by all them backflips you do. You're going to have to show me how to do that. Okay, so, well, congratulations to Street Spin Syndicate. This is the Jenna J and Ralph Cook Show reporting live from Southeast DC. Amina arrived to pick up Deej and Paula to take them home.
We won, sis! We won!
Congratulations!
Yes. But we better get home. You know Daddy's home.
Ooh,
okay. Hey, see y'all Monday.
She turned to her team members and said, the boys headed to their neighborhood. True to prediction, smoke pulled up as they walked.
I see y'all won the tournament.
Yeah, we did.
Tuck said.
Y'all look like y'all need a ride home.
No, we good.
Romy said.
Yes, you do. Hop in.
They were surprised Woody was absent. Smoke was a little different whenever Woody wasn't around. Less aggressive, maybe. They reluctantly got into the car. They did not want to risk someone trying to rob them of their trophy and the money they just made. They figured Smoke wouldn't want that change they just earned anyway. Tuck sat up front while the others sat in the back. Smoke handed the whip with one hand, his gold shining in the dark.
So, do y'all want to keep making little chump change, or do y'all finally want to do some real stuff?
Well, it depends on what it is.
Tuck said, and the others were surprised.
You know, I'm friends with Preston.
Norman Preston? The record producer?
Yeah, and I can get y'all on to perform for First Delegation's next show in Richmond.
Word?
Word. That's what I said, ain't it?
But Smoke was not being completely honest. He had only met Norman Preston through Johnny Hutchinson, Norman's friend who managed groups and did other things in the company.
Yo, how you knowing a man like Norman Preston?
Supreme wanted to know.
Let's just say, I know him.
Once he dropped them off, the three friends had a talk with each other. Romy was the first to say,
You think he can get us to open up for First Delegation? That hot group? I don't know. I'm skeptical.
Tuck said, and Supreme added,
It's worth a try, though. I mean, I don't think that we can lose anything if we at least try.
But the other two figured that if Tuck were willing, that it couldn't hurt.